Welcome to episode 5 of the DeathHammer podcast with me, Jacob.
And me, Johnny.
Today we have a special guest, Adawa Fe the Brock. You want to introduce yourself?
Live from Fraserburgh, Andrew John Summers or as Misty Akema, AJ, Fibly, HCP,
HCP.
FCP.
Hardcore Punk, motherfucker! um, Funny, me, Isaac, and Jake, I knew Isaac, friends, and I was like, and he was playing in Schizo at the time, so I was like, oh, and he can play bass. And I was like, and I just bought my new guitar because I was like, I really want to do music. Like, it's a huge passion of mine, and I was like, fuck it, like, just fuck it, like, gotta give it a try. So me, Isaac, and Jake, and Jamie, they do trips. So Jake plays guitar in my band. We all went to and I remember it was the week I just got my new car. We drove to Aberdeen, cause we're all Fraserburgh lads, to see the Every Time I Die, which we weren't there for, but we were mainly there to see Knocked Loose and Higher Power and Tunnels. So
Nice.
it was a night that kind of brought us all together. Then we were like, fuck it, I've got some songs to Isaac, let's fucking do a band. So I think so then fucking months passed and it kind of led up to Boxing Day, and we got asked to play on in the balaclava, which we probably got a reference a lot in this podcast.
Big
It's the
Bala.
the Bala,
The Bala.
place of dreams. But we got asked to play the Boxing Day gig. It's like a big thing for the Bala. Like, it's just a gig night on Boxing Day, and it's usually one of the best nights out of the year.
Yeah.
So we got asked to play that, but at the time, I think our set lasted about 12 minutes because we only had a Bleach ray gun. Then we ended up covering a song from a joke of Isaac's dad band. We did the intro to one of their tunes. Then we finished on Sabotage, and it was like, woo! Like, humble beginnings. That's what it was for the first while. We were just doing a ballad show every so often because we hadn't written enough songs yet.
Mm-hmm.
And we're obviously just writing towards the first EP. So then we did a gig for Isaac's birthday. Then yeah, I remember I was at Don Broco at the garage. Rest in peace, the garage in Aberdeen. I was out to see her. I was out there with pals. Then I was literally drinking a cocktail on TGI Fridays. Then I got a message from one of my good friends, Blaine, who does Harvester of Stars. He was putting on a show in Aberdeen, and then so we were sick, and the headlining band I'd seen 2 weeks prior supporting Free Throw, so I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So we ended up getting our first Aberdeen show through them, which was John Wheels, Fuchsia, Lake Pleasant, and us. And this was a fucking huge deal for us. And it was at the Cellar, Aberdeen's Aberdeen's favourite venue. But no, it was a cool fucking experience for us because it was we'd gotten asked and stuff, and it was a cool day. I got my first tattoo that day as well. It was just fucking.
What'd you get?
Fucking, I ended up getting a big fucking. I got a noose on my leg, but it's got the the Date Remember characters that's stuck in the middle, but it's even for what separates me from you.
Right.
I've got it's funny. All my tattoos kind of band related. A day fucking modern baseball's last time turns for a Mobo tattoo. Fucking, I've got a big fucking Stories 4 piece.
Nice.
Just
nice.
I like my bands and stuff.
I suppose it's a good way to tie it in because that's how we kind of first met each other, was it? Was it going to shows and that? We're speaking before the podcast, trying to figure out, pin down a date. So you think you found it?
Yeah.
But it's mad. amount of like cool folk I've met through like just DNS. Like before Bleach, fucking before I got the big push was my pals and do trips. Like there are some of my best pals, and they like took me to get t-shirts with them on their first tour, and it's like one of the maddest 5 days I've ever had. Like. Like, I was going on tour, then I was like, we treated it like a fucking holiday, like lads' holiday. Like, I slept like 12 hours within 5 days.
Jesus, man.
You want to share some stories from that wild little time then?
Wild. Well, I was funny because I kind of made like, see who I did the Bleach tour film that just came out. I kind of did the same like back then, but it's like worse quality. Like fit some stories. Dundee went up in Club T in Dundee. Oh, it was ace. Then end up in a hostel. Just didn't end up sleeping just because I was like, well, that's fucked. We're in a karaoke bar, and I just there was a lot of karaoke at tour. Like, we would like try go to a karaoke bar like every night.
It was all like in the one bus kind of thing, or was it? How was it?
Oh yeah, it was done. Yeah, it was in an actual bus and stuff. Well, like, do you know? I'm not sure if he still does it, but the guy that owns Audio, the venue, he had like a tour bus like on the so it was through Audio, and it was just like it was like a so it was like seats in the. I was like this driver, 2 seats in the front, 6 seats in the middle, and it had like a TV and a table, and it was like, it was ace. Okay. It was just like we were just like driving around, drinking, playing shows. It was cool.
Sounds well good.
Then on the last day, we were in Dunfermline, and of course the van breaks down. He ended up blowing out his clutch or something, so it was just like, so it was like, oh shit, we got a date, like. So all the money we'd made for like, merch and stuff, we'd just, and like little money I had, we got a taxi from Dunfermline to Edinburgh. And we just went on a night in Edinburgh, and we just went out and partied through the night till the time of the first train leaving Edinburgh to Aberdeen. Oh, and there's like videos of us in McDonald's at like 5 a.m. looking like zombies. And see, there's like the Witherspoons and like Edinburgh train station. I went to toilet and I fell asleep on the toilet. I was like,
that's a sound like it was too.
Oh no, and I owe a lot to Do Trips. They're like taking us on that tour. Then, obviously we got to play with Do Trips heaps of times, which I'm sure I'll speak about. But then, with Bleach, like, after that first Aberdeen show, it was just folk kind of took notice of us and we were getting offered more things. Like, we played Tunnels with Purgatory and Bitterwood really early on. Mm-hmm. Played a music festival up in Banff, which is like
Wolfstock or something, is it?
Wolfstock, and honestly, it's a fucking great day out. Like,
totally.
Like, that's like one thing like I notice we get, like, 'cause we're often chucked in situations for like people that were going to see a band are like, oh, like I've never heard of yous, and we all you'll find like we do a lot of shows, and we take every opportunity. So it's like the amount of folk that like come up to us after us, like holy shit, like that's amazing. Like every bit of positive feedback I've ever getting, I'm so grateful, because it's like some of the best feelings in the world. Then, that's kind of like the first year. Then we obviously did like 2 headliners. We did one in Bala, one in Aberdeen at Cellar. Then half the gig got kicked out because they enforced a strict 18+ rule, and it was like, oh fuck us. So then
Cellar being Cellar.
I will need to talk about that.
Then
show.
after that, I think.
Yeah, let's talk about
that. Cellar show, or wasn't that much, because the Queen of the Bar just chuck dabbed you. It wasn't the infamous LDL show.
Oh,
this was No, this is a different show.
We were meant to play that last Dying Light show. With like Better Mood. There was Atlantic Rift, and then it was meant to be us, but we pulled it the morning of. I can't remember why we pulled it new, but then we just heard everything that happened to it. We're like, oh, I wish we played this show. And it sounded like a bit of fun.
Oh, it's funny. I think every that's our headline at Cellar. It was have you heard of Ominous? It's like Isaac and Jake and Ruben's like doom metal side project. So they opened it, they played for half an hour, and they singing just played like the same riff for like 37 for like half an hour. And it's like you see videos of it, folk are just going nuts then. I'm just looking at the lineup. I knew Glass Monkey played it, Lake Pleasant played it, and Terra Nova. That's a fucking stacked lineup.
Yeah, man.
So
I wish I could have seen that half of your set.
But then after that, we started getting like big shows. So the next show after that was the Terra Nova Drummond's gig. It was Terra Nova, us, Sean Ross for Do Trips and Cherry Bleach. So, and I think that was kind of like the turning point for us. Like it was a mad night. Like I sang Modern Baseball with Sean Ross, and I actually sang, so folk were like, oh, he can actually sing. And at this point the EP's out as well, so like folk are like learning the songs, but folk went fucking nuts at that show. Liam from Bitterwood got knocked out 3 seconds into our set. Like, I see. Like,
how did that happen?
He just got punched by like somebody, and he's like, like, and
as you do, you know.
It was like, it was just like, and then after that, we started getting fucking cool opportunities for shows. Like, then we went on fucking tour with Terra Nova. Like, that was.
So you guys went to England and everything there. Where did you guys end up?
So we did 4 dates, like 5 days, but we did Glasgow, Sheffield, Derby, then back up to Dundee.
No,
because we'd never done Dundee, so I'll talk about Glasgow. We played the Old Hairdressers. Any has been there before?
No, but I've heard of it.
So it's right across the stereo. It's imagine like, did you ever hear like wooden like floor gym halls in your school?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's imagine like playing in that. It's like such a cool venue. So it's just like a wooden floor where we pop up bar in the back. It's like a bar. Then the venue is up like 4 flights of stairs, and it's a fucking bastard to get gear in.
Jesus.
But the way we did the tour was kind of like we took very little backline. We just like tried to supply within venues. Then, but for that one we didn't have the van yet. It's Isaac's dad that drove us, so we kind of had to megabus all of our gear down to Glasgow.
Oh my god!
How was that for an experience?
Have you ever seen Jake's pedal board before?
No. Well, I must have seen it, but.
Aye, but it's basically a big bit of wood. Why the wires gone away? Like, then the bus driver says, "That looks like a bomb." You're ticking out on the and he wouldn't have let us put it into the under, but we didn't end it. We had to tick like 2 amps. And our guitar's pedal boards, like we were lucky enough to have some cool pals like support us, and they kind of helped us with gear. We had Everyday Pharaohs and Nevermeant for our new Cat Lash, but then show was nuts. We like packed out like an 80 cat room, or was somehow some like skinhead punks caught window it, so it was like proper skinheads at the show, and it was like they were fucking moshing. It was like this is fucking cool. Then we're staying in the Euro hostel, so we just got incredibly fucking wrecked. After it, we did the Hale tour, but it was cool that night because we had like a lot of I knew a lot of my friends from Glasgow just for going to shows came, and it was like so cool. Because like that's how I met both of you. Probably was just going to shows, and like a heap of people from Glasgow came out for us, and there's been demand for us coming back. So yeah. Nice. So we'll probably be back in Glasgow as soon as Corona's lifted. And
that show sounds like it was fucking lit.
It was so much fun. Then went down to Sheffield the night after and show again. Like we asked this band that we'd met on a Facebook group called Vida Wasteman, and I highly suggest checking them out. Like, I'm not lying for it. It's like it's the best band I've had the pleasure of playing with and watching. Like, they're just insane musicians. Like, it was genuinely like watching John Frusciante had like the rags and everything, and it was just he was shredding. And they took a lot of their fans, and it was just like cool to play in a wee pub in Chef. We were just trying to get random people to come in, and cause we were really shit at promoting these England shows, as you'll find out with the next date. Because we played Derby, which is just an hour south of Sheffield, and we're all incredibly hungover and whatever because we'd been out the whole night. If you ever get Isaac on, I'm sure he can tell you the recollection of his night. But we all end up in this mad nightclub and whatever. And you can drink in the streets in England. It's 24 hours. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forget you can do that.
I honestly, we thought it was the greatest. So I ended up buying like fucking heaps of Red Stripe, and we're just walking at the pub, like the clubs, and like we're just drinking, and we had more fun probably doing that than being in the actual nightclubs. But then we went to Derby, and we played a 500 cap venue to nobody.
Yeah, there's moments.
No, it's just like it was like. Yeah, this is what a story. Like the venue felt so bad for us, like they just gave us the rental for free. Like it wasn't even that much, but they were just like they felt so bad for us.
To be fair, I think Isaac's dad felt so bad for me at the Fraserburgh show. I think he was exactly the same. He was like, "I'm gonna charge you for the night."
Oh no, that's one thing I'll talk about. Isaac, his dad, but Bala doesn't charge for bands because they make enough money back on the bar, I believe. Like higher on the Bala, it doesn't cost nothing.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
I thought there was like a charge. Yeah, that's such a good thing to do.
What
no, okay. Well, I think there might be, or if he might, because obviously bands, or if he makes it free, like they get a cut of the bar for. But I didn't care, but I didn't think it costs nothing to play the Bala. Yeah. I'm being serious at that. So
was there?
That's why it's the best place in the world.
Was there no local support on the Derby show then? We
had a Vida Wasteman again, but like obviously they're a Sheffield band, but it was like then we had another band for broken up now called Midnight Sun, and their bass player got graded for a uni project because there was like just some cunt with an iPad like fucking, and they were a sick band, but like they didn't promote it.
Yeah.
But we still paid both of them, and it was like, and we got to play a 500 cap venue to like punters on the bar because it's like a bar with like a massive venue in the back of it, and we played in a bit and we got like mad light show. It sounded nuts. Like the guy from Midnight Sun, he had so I got to play through. I can't remember the exact amp, but it was an amp that was used on Grey Britain by Gallows.
Nice.
That he'd bought from like, the guitars from Gallows, so I got to play through that, and it was like nice and mad light show. And then we went out again. Derby's a shite hole. No offence to Andy, but I've heard from others. It's like it's just not a place to play gigs. It was like
no.
Then we got a rude awakening in our hotel, and the whole hotel got evacuated by a fire alarm at 8 a.m. in the morning.
I think I remember seeing it on your Instagram story.
I put the video up of like Joe from Terranova, and he genuinely just looks like a broken soul. then Chris and Isaac, who bid out the whole night, he slept through the fire alarm. Then after that, we got in the van, got to Dundee. I got really not well in that straight. We did like fucking 8 hours straight in the van back up to Dundee. I came out the van in Dundee and I was just like, no. I'm sure there's photos and videos of me somewhere, but I'm just lying about in the venue looking dead. Like,
So you fit in
So
Dundee looking like that, so that way.
that's why in Wheelbite I've rhymed tinks and minks. I'm a lyrical genius, and that's why we're hated for Dundee. But the Dundee show we had. It was a solo act from Aberdeen. I can't remember his name, but then we had Offline with Fergus Upton. And Sean Welfitera almost blew out his voice during the set.
Ooh.
Then I somehow sprung back to life after a shot of whiskey and did our show, did our thing, and tour was over. I was supposed to be at Joyce Manor the next day, but I couldn't go because I was ass ill and I had to end up taking the whole week off work. Because I genuinely gotten that ill, and it was like, holy shit. Then, after that, it's the controversy of the assembly, so I thought, we're just back for Tour of Terra. How can we, like, if it's like the next big thing we can do? Because I think that's one thing we've always tried to do, is like, let's just fucking go baz out. So we end up So the idea originally was, let's play the assembly. Like, it was a weird venue in Aberdeen for like, they would book like weird bands and stuff, but like local bands just didn't play there, and we end up like sealing it in. We were due to play. I think it's like 300 caps, something like that. But it's a massive fucking room, and we're like, shit, let's do that. Then I think the original was supposed to be. It was going to be us, Terra Nova, Bitterwood, Fergus Upton.
Sounds like a decent lineup.
But then, of course, it was going to be one of the best nights ever, but of course the fucking venue got shut down.
Yeah.
Literally like a month before we were supposed to play, and there was like nothing we could do, so we're like, well, fuck it. We'll do the Bleach thing. We'll hold a free show at Captain Tom's.
Yeah. Big up Captain Tom.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. We did it wasn't a free show. It was a donation on entry and to put all the money towards Tom.
Yeah.
So that was it. So I thought, like, that's a fucking sick thing to do. We did it. It was a magic night. Bitterwood didn't play because Liam got ill, of course. Cherry Bleach played was that night. Good stuff. It was good stuff. Then just the odd show, the here and there. Then this is for we get like that nuts. We got the first so we get to play Lemon Tree with cover bands, and we get to play Unit 51 with My Chemical Romance cover band. So, and I'm like, that's nuts. Like,
so what was it like playing those venues? Because obviously you would have went to them when you were younger, watching bands play there. I'm sure you've probably seen some of your favourite bands play there. So what was it like being like on the other side, if you get that, I mean?
Oh, it's unreal. So playing Lemon Tree was like pretty special because if you did kind, Lauren Atlantis are one of my favourite bands. Last time I saw them in Scotland was in Lemon Tree, and that was like pretty cool. And like we're getting like dressing rooms and like got to like write our names on the chalkboard for. I've seen like All Time Low played We're the In Crowd. Then Unit, that was pretty cool. I sort of seen like Death Havana. Saw Skin Red there. And I'm just like, that's pretty. It's like mad, like getting to play like such big rooms and like folk gone mental. And it was obviously like shows. We'd never played with. Well, the Lemon Tree one was Rage Against the Dean. That's the first time we kind of met the lads. They play in Deadfire as well, and the response we got from that show was like, as I say, like Abdi was like, holy shit, it's like such a breath of fresh air seeing a band, because we're quite, me and Isaac, it's quite an energetic show if you've never seen Bleach before.
I was going to say,
it's a
have you guys always been, do you always put on, did you start out that way when you first started playing shows? Did you start out like taking the tops off and, you know, jumping out into the crowds and doing all that kind of stuff? Because I mean, like, when you see most bands play their first show, it kind of looks like, you know, that maybe a little bit tentative, a little bit shy and all that kind of stuff. Or But I imagine even for you guys, for you to dial it down a lot would still be a bit crazy for a first show.
No, well, I think we're all quite shy for a start, but then I think we just got so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I think obviously playing the smaller shows, like, cause I think it's kind of like, well, I'd like to, like, I want to give the best, I want to mark every show like it's the best show you're ever going to see every time. So I always go 100%, and I'm sure like the rest of my band would say the same. Like, we give it but for a start, obviously, we like kind of cut our teeth playing smaller rooms, playing the Bala, um, playing like as I say, because we would take every opportunity we were given to like play with various like. Before lockdown, we played like 3 shows in a month in Aberdeen. Every show was different. We did the Van Sleep headline, which is like an indie show. We played Exodus with Deadfire at their EP release show, which is a metal show, and it was mostly metal. Then we played Captain Tom's with Below the Neck, Negative Measures, Kakihara, and then we played Inverness for the first time as well. Like it was just like we kind of try to like we're not trying to like plant our seed, but it's just like our band kind of goes with a bit of everything, and it's a fucking killer show.
Yeah.
So it's like so. Then get to play big rooms. Then we got asked back again with the Dude Trips lads for their big show, and that was probably one of our best shows we played.
It's probably the best that I've ever seen you play in that room. It was crazy just to watch like 400 people show up for you, and like see you play Toms and see you, like you say, play all these random little shows about Aberdeen, to see like 400 people going like crazy. Like the pits were actually wild. Like I went in for one and I was like, I'll stand this side to see him. Like Chris was going hard, so I had to let him do it now.
It was like it was nuts the response we got, and I like proper like fucked my guitar jumping into the crowd in the last song, but it was like fuck it, good show. Then we did the Bleach thing and just partied hard after it, and
Even
that's
sang
one
some
thing
Joyce
we did.
Minor.
Fit? Sorry.
Even sang some Joyce Minor on stage.
That's kind of been a thing for a long time because like with the early Dude Trips, like the very first show I sang Your Graduation with them. Then on tour I sang Glory Days with them because it's like, man, I'm destined to be a singer, but now I've got my aim back. Then I was just looking back on like some new photos as well. Like, Jamie played with us at our last Bala headliner we did, and it's like they're good lads at Dude Trips boys, and owe them a lot.
Definitely.
But we'll owe a lot to Abdi. But we'll get on to speaking about our new thing, but we owe a lot to the Bala as well because like we get to practice there for nothing, which is like okay. That's why we're lucky enough we didn't have to pay for a studio. Like we can just go to the Bala, and like Isaac's dad lets us make as much noise as we want, and like he helps us record, and it's fucking. We're really lucky to be in like the position we're in.
Yeah.
So
was it Isaac's dad who helped you record the first EP as well?
Yeah, we recorded the first EP through him. It was live recorded as well, the Hail first EP. So it's always playing at the same time, then just the vocals added in later. So that was like the first EP, but like we'll get on to speaking about the new stuff. But the first EP, it's cool because it's like we've got some really catchy songs on it, but the new EP blows out the water. Like it's night and day, and we're pretty proud with it we've got. So
speaking of that new EP, we all got a little sneak peek. So you want to kind of speak about how it came to be and like where you've been recording and what can you tell us about it right now?
Okay, so as of recording, we've got it's 13th day. On the 22nd of May, Bleach's new EP Wheelbite will be dropping on all social media. Well, not social media, on all streaming platforms and whatever. But it's kind of been a process. So if you've been seeing Bleach, you're going to be really familiar if it's on it, because it's kind of the majority of songs we've been playing for the past year and a half, probably. up until probably like the end of last year. It probably was the last song we got on it. So it's 6 songs long, and it's a little punk explosion. Like, it's a rowdy part. It's on your face. It's bass, and it was all recorded through Morning Star Records, which is Isaac's dad's label.
Oh, decent.
And so the idea with it is it's going to be like he's just going to try to record as much bands through it and put them out. It's like there's us on it. There's Shockingly Ugly Kids, Earthcaster. They've got some fucking sick songs.
That's Isaac's dad's
so it was
band, isn't it?
Yeah, he's in the Zenith as well. But Earthcaster, the new tunes are wicked. Like they're stoner rock. It's cool. So we started recording like probably early this year, but I think I got my vocals done anyway before the lockdown happened. Then I think since Isaac's dad went into lock, he's kind of just been picking away at it, and we got it done. And so that's going to be out on the 22nd. It's kind of an awkward time to put out music, but we're just like we've been wanting to put this out for like we've been playing Wheelbite and Persistent for a really long time now.
I think you played that at the Barliff and we played in a long time.
We've been playing these songs a lot, and it's like it's gotten to the point like folk actually came the words and they came the bits. It's like
they're good fucking tunes, man.
I mean, like at a unit gig, when folk were doing the whys, like just fit, and then we're like, okay, this is ridiculous now, but we're just gutted. Like we kind of like D shows and stuff. I knew because like that's the best thing. Like, you're killing yourselves. Like,
totally. It is a shame that you can't be kind of releasing, like doing a wee kind of tour around the release of the EP because it would go so nice. But,
did you have anything planned in that kind of regard? Like,
well, me and John, Below the Neck and Bleach were in early talks of a kind of a tour, but obviously with Corona. There was no plans set in stone, but there would have been a Bala show and an Aberdeen show. That's what I can say right now.
I mind Finn's
we're in the process of getting.
When this is all over, we can definitely get some good shows down at the Bala again.
Yes, well, I think here I can say this. We're going to be filming a music video, and we want to get as much of our fans and like friends involved as possible. So I think like the idea we're going to do is we're going to film a music video like it'll probably be like some Saturday afternoon, film the music video, and want to get as like much of our friends and shit involved, and then probably at night we'll probably do the EP launch.
Nice.
And just get a heap of our pals play the Bala because like of course that's what we do. We enjoy playing music, and well then after the Bala show I reckon it'll be a big Aberdeen show, something that's been much anticipated for us since I suppose our last show in Aberdeen was a headliner, but that was a secret.
I think it's a secret for even yourselves, from what I hear.
We found out on the night, and I was like sound, then the rest of my band, and we're just like, because I reckon there was obviously a pressure once you headline. Like I've always found that. Don't know about you, but
yeah, I mean, you guys kind of took the pressure off yourselves on the Captain Tom's show. Well, when you found out you were headlining, did you actually only know you were headlining like when you showed up, like, or when Finn?
Even it was literally like 5 minutes before doors, I think.
Yeah, because I mind a bunch of folk had like showed up to like see you guys like right at doors, and then they were like, oh yeah, we'll just be on a minute, and then they was like, oh no, you guys are headlining, and then I was like, fuck.
It was a fun show. We had so much fun playing, and I think like the reactions we get live, it's like, it's cool. It's best feel in the world. Like fucking folk just gone mental at your tune.
It is a good fun time playing the shows. So you're saying the first time was it the Higher Power Knocked Loose show in Aberdeen that you were saying you guys all kind of
That's when me. That's when me, Isaac, and Jake kind of interweaved. I knew Isaac from just like drinking the Bala, and and just gone on nights out, and then met Jake. I was like Isaac's best friend for school. Jake's such a fucking sick guy, and then Ruben, who is Isaac's younger brother, was just this mental fucking drummer. Like he's just insane, like so talented. Like it's like the one like my parents never come and see us. They came and saw us. I think with the Dead Fire. My dad was like, "Fucking hell!" Like Ruben's like, some drummer. I'm like, "Oh, what about the rest of us?" But then recently we've added a new guitarist. He's called Thomas, and he's just a fucking plays left-handed, plays sick. Like the only song he's really got to impact on was Half Cut. So it's the opening song in the new EP, and you just hear the solos and shit he's pulling. It's like, so it just made us like a much bigger sounding band.
Did you feel like that was maybe something you were missing live, or if it was a thought process in the new member?
It was not much. Ruben just wanted an extra because Thomas was playing in Ominous, the Doom band as well. So we just thought add him to Bleach because if you didn't know, I'm not a guitar player. I can play if I need to in Bleach, but it's just fucking power chords in some songs and fucking drop D and fucking sliding about. But I'm not a guitar player. I like playing guitar. I just can't do it that well. But I can play the songs I need to play in Bleach. But with Thomas, I think it just adds more, and I think it's got to put us in a direction where we can be a lot more creative. Yeah. So it's kind of. So that's kind of the story of Bleach.
I was gonna kind of say, do you find that you get a lot of your influences from more of the hardcore kind of style, or do you just listen to a lot of the kind of classic punk as well, and a lot of kind of classic thrash? And
I think if you put all of us in a room at the start, none of us listen to the same music. Like, I think I can speak for everyone when we say like, none of us have the exact same music taste, or like some stuff we all like, but I'd say like Ruben and Isaac, they all love. I'm not a big fan of the classic rock. Like, I'd listen to it, but like I come from a background that's more. I was going to pop punk shows, emo shows. It's obviously from I met Jacob, but then I slowly started shifting into hardcore, and me and Isaac would go to like hardcore shows then, but then obviously Jake, he's like, I'd say Bleach's favourite band would be Black Sabbath, and I didn't even get to say just because that's it. Like, so alright, like Jake takes heavy inspiration from like Tony Iommi and like, but it's like being around them, like, I love Sabbath now. Motorhead's a big influence on the rest of the guys as well. Isaac is into a lot with our punk stuff as well, but me, like, I'm just like, I like Stories So Far. I like fucking Tiger's Jaw. I like a bit of everything. Like,
do you take the journey down south to see bands like that together, like as a band, like just go and see the shows a lot?
Well, we're from Aberdeen, doesn't really get good shows, so I've probably sunk a lot of money, like, because like that's one thing is that we all work full time, and so it's like we are like, so I've probably sunk so much money just like traveling to see shows, but it's like I love doing so.
Especially when you didn't drive, like you kind of struggle when you're like 17 and shit like that, and you're paying like you're going on 9-hour megabus journeys to go to the garage, and you're like, ooh. By the time you even get there, like the time the bus gets there, it's like 4 o'clock. You got to run to your hotel, get your shit done just to make it for doors. That's struggle.
Oh no, no, it's an even. I didn't even do. This is so. I still. Well, I'm in Fraserburgh right now because I was locked in. But so therefore, I stay in Aberdeen now for work. But this is what I used to do for shows, like in academy and college. Like me and my best mate Craig, before before he moved to Glasgow. So I would have a place to stay. But then before that, I would drive to Aberdeen, leave my car in a car park, get the megabus to Glasgow, go to the show, megabus back the same night, get to Aberdeen, then drive home from Aberdeen to Fraserburgh, then go do whatever the next day. And that was like the dedication I had to going to shows. So
I just got a hotel. I could never be arsed with that extra journey. Like Chris, Danny, and I think other Chris, they went home from Edinburgh. They drove all the way from Glasgow to Edinburgh, or when we played Edinburgh, and then that night went Edinburgh back to fucking Rothes, and then Rothes to Inverness the next morning, just so they could get their own bed. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I just get a hotel. But it becomes too costly.
Hotel. But like, I like a night out and stuff. But like, if a show's on a Tuesday and I really want to go, like,
that's it.
It's just it's a sacrifice. Like, I worked part time before I worked full time, and that kind of just funded going to shows because it's what I love doing. Like, it's where I probably met both of you at a 4 out of the bands. Like,
because I met you guys at the
met you, Johnny.
Show,
yeah, but we've probably been at shows beforehand, just not new.
Just didn't
like,
know each other at that point.
But then, you met us at that Vane Higher Power show for me and Isaac were incredibly drunk.
He's definitely didn't blend in well, you know. He's definitely made your mark at that show.
No, I fit in fine. Like, I fit in fine. It was just Isaac and his hockey jersey. Absolutely. Then we ended up in Catty, of course, and it was just what a night.
But before we kind of get to the end of the podcast, for anyone who was maybe just listening to this and just starting out in Aberdeen, or if it was your one tip for any sort of musician starting off, what would it be?
Be yourself. I think we came along at a time when a lot of I was like kind of like a newer generation of band, but like a lot of the bands died out. My meeting you at campfire shows and Hayworth and Grader, and like I think that Bleach Wiz is like I can like fairly say there's not one band in Aberdeen that sound like us, and we're so unique and we pack so much energy, but it's like it's just a good show. It's good fun. Our songs, as you were saying, like fucking catchy, and that's why we've like got to play with like, indie bands and we've made some like fucking ace pals, and we've met a lot of cool people. But just be yourself, write your own tunes. I think I'm shit at writing, so God knows how. But just be yourself. Didn't try like. Didn't like. I'm well saying the podcast. Just about it being cliquey. It's like don't associate yourself to a clique like. We didn't care. We're just happy to play with anybody, and
I think.
But it is quite clique. But it's quite cliquey in Aberdeen. But we consider ourselves more Fraserburgh because it's like for our fame. We owe a lot to like Morningstar and the Bala, but we just like we just do our own thing. Like we didn't really look at others for like inspiration. We just do our own thing, and folk enjoy it. I've never had a negative review yet. I don't think
ever a lineup that Bleach couldn't be a part of. I feel like if you put Bleach on any show with any kind of lineup, whether it's like a hardcore, whether it's stoner rock, whether it's punk, even like pop or indie and any all that kind of stuff, you guys always seem to fit in those shows. Like it's just, and no matter what, it's always a good show. Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, I'm a fan of music as much as anybody else, and I've got to meet so much cool friends and stuff. So I'm just trying to like, we're trying to make music like I'd enjoy listening to.
Absolutely, man.
I think that's our one bit of advice, and probably just party hard, but not too hard.
I think we'll end it on that. But cheers, thank you so much for coming on, AJ, and sharing your wisdom.
Not a problem. Thank you, boys. For having to listen. Go listen to Dave, Jacob, and Johnny's bands. They're both sick as fuck.
Make sure to check out that Bleach HCP EP when it drops. On what date? You want to tell the boys and girls again so they can mark their calendars?
22nd of May, Friday. It's out all streaming platforms. We're probably going to have some physical releases coming soon as well.
Add that to my Bleach HCP collection.
I think we're doing CD. We're definitely doing CDs. We're maybe looking into getting vinyl as well. Nice. So
fancy.
Then I think we're gonna hear some. We've got some. We did a little collaboration T-shirt. We did a charity T-shirt. It's still on sale right now. There's some leftovers for them to pick up. Then I think this hoodie that I'm wearing, we're doing a restock of them. So we're gonna have some hoodies on our store.
Nice.
And we'll hopefully be back soon playing shows as soon as all this is over.
Mental versions, they'll be illegal.
I saw fucking Bitterwood's fucking tweet at them a straight edge band now. A mental band. It's alright, my band will still be smoking rollies, so until they're made out illegal now, but so
It's been a blast, my dudes. Right, catch us all.
No, thank you. It's been so much fun.
Right, catch us all later. Peace.